Turn this down for me. Hello? I think we're streaming. Are we streaming? Is there a stream happening? How's my levels? Levels seem low. Crank that up a bit. And then go to my YouTube channel. Yes. Find out what the URL link, the YouTube link for this live stream is. So I can put it into my Discord. There it is. Crank that up. Yes. Right. Cut that. I can close that. I'm going now to my Discord. Hello, everyone in the Discord. Join my Discord. Publish it. And then we can start drawing. And today we are drawing something for the new SHADOWSUN role-playing game, Dungeons and Dragons style rule book. Do I have any water? No, I ran out of bubble tea. Okay, well, we're gonna carry on without the bubble tea or any other beverages of any kind. And what else do I need to have open here? Not a lot. I think we can close all of these. Okay. So, my name is Torrin Atkinson. Welcome. Hey, Bully is here. Hello. Bully's in the chat. What's up with Bully? And I'm going to say a few more times, and then we're going to get to work. So, this is... I've got this is one of 5 portraits I'm doing for this book. And this one is... let me get rid of all this stuff. And so we can read the description, hopefully. A Hawkfolk Shaman. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Dark sun aesthetics, facing forward, upper torso and head only, eyes closed as if in prayer, with a temple-like background. Assyrian architecture. Hawkfolk image from my character generation chapter is shown below, so which I have here. Show you. There it is. Who drew that? There's no signature. I don't know who drew that, but we can see we're going to be focusing only on the head and the shoulders here. Notably, 3 fingers. All right, and we're going to be not drawing a warrior, but a shaman or shaman. Shaman or shaman? Your choice. And what else? Use your creativity, though. This should just roughly correlate with this. Their symbol is a carved necklace that captures the notation of all 6 elements. I put the basic shapes in the layout box so you could get a sense for what it would look like. And I have that layout box here. So now you can, I guess that's going to be the necklace. And I have roughed in the temple architecture in the background. I feel like this is going to be like, this is a prayer moment, a holy moment. This is like some, this is a mystical type guy. So I figured, unlike we'll do something a little bit different, and we'll do a straight on picture. Bully says, stuck inside, it's raining. So good timing. Yeah, it's raining here too. It's raining here in Commercial Drive, Vancouver, British Columbia. So before I looked up any reference, this was my concept for the eagle dude, the hawk dude, and then I grabbed some pictures from the internet. This is really interesting. The top left here, I just grabbed from Sketchfab. This is a 3D model, just so I could get the correct angle on the head. But then I found... I'll show you, because it's quite cool. Let me grab it here. On Instagram. Check out this Instagram. It's got somebody posted they were filming this eagle, and then he does that, which is like almost pretty much the perfect pose. I wonder if I can get it. So like, just before he starts to turn. Oh, no. Yeah, so close. So close. When is he going to turn? Oh, no. I went too far. Like, I want a perfectly symmetrical. Can I get it? He blinks. He's down. Now. Oh, no. I did it again. I just want to grab that. The lighting is not correct. I'm going to try this one more time. If you don't get it, that's fine. This time I'm gonna be. Oh no! It just well. I'll keep that handy just in case. All right. So I have this one here, and then on my other window on the left hand side, we have that. So that's pretty damn neat. So we can use that for our actual reference. So I'm feeling like this is gonna be our hawk guy. Let's make him orange. That layer. And what do hawkfolk shamans wear? I'm not sure. That I didn't do any research on that. But what's typical? Let's go shaman costume. Let's just plug shaman costume into Google and see what weird stuff comes up with various cosplayers. You know, if it's a human, I'd say they're like they're wearing some kind of animal headgear, probably with horns or some projectiles of some kind. But with a hawk guy, I'm not sure we want to do that because his head is so interesting just by itself. Like, do you want more distracting stuff? But we could put maybe like, I don't know, like, oh, well, we gotta leave room for the necklace, which is going to be prominent right in the middle. So that would be coming around like that. I don't know. Tassels? Shamany tassels? And of course, this is Dark Sun aesthetics, so there's not going to be any metal of any kind. But maybe some more. Don't want to make too priest-like. More shaman, less priest, right? Is what we want for this guy. Just blocking out, and then I feel like I want his hands to be here, like he's. Otherwise, it's a little bit boring. But maybe we'll put the hands in another layer. So if the client says, I don't like the hands, we can just turn off that layer. We don't have to redraw a bunch of stuff. Like here's what I'm looking at when shaman or shaman costumes come up. A lot of. This is kind of interesting. Feathers. We got feathers on feathers. That's always a good look. Maybe some like furry epaulets or something, or maybe like some kind of insects are very. Insects are quite. Should he have a hood? That might be an interesting idea. A hawk with a hood? That seems more priest-like than shaman-like, though. Am I wrong about that? I don't know about a hood. Maybe we don't do a hood. It's an interesting idea, but I think it, again, complicate things too much. And really, I don't know if this is the composition here inside this white, the white and the guidelines. We're not going to have much room to show much else. So I don't know. Maybe we could do like a, I don't know. I always hate headbands, but it's a very Dungeons and Dragons trope. Let me see. Maybe we come back to that. Let me just try some. That makes him look like he has 80s hair. So we don't do that. Yeah, I think maybe we just leave the head alone. I don't know. Maybe to put something interesting on him, like a scar or something. I don't know. We'll come back to that. Okay, so let me quickly grab, because I know I took some photos in the bathroom of my hands in a position that I like them to be. So let me quickly, I should have done this before I started streaming. And this one. So we can grab those. There's my hand. How high do we want them? Quite high or low? I don't know. And we have to remember, these guys only have 3 fingers. But that could be what we do. Let me merge these layers together if I can. Oh, first I have to rasterize them. Rasterize those layers. We're going to merge them together. And then we're just going to get rid of all the... Again, this is just a guideline. So it may not... Why? Oh, it didn't merge the layers. Okay. Merged. Okay. I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. Lower? Maybe lower. In which case the wrists would have to be... Because like... I think here, with my resting comfortably, my thumbs are kind of at my chin level. If you're looking at my camera. Are you looking at my camera? Am I looking at my camera? I could be looking at my camera. Right? Let's do this composition. Facing my camera. At a comfortable height. Yeah, maybe, yeah. That's about right. I guess that could work. I was thinking like maybe the arms would have to be like stretched out a bit more. But I don't think it... Worry about that later. Okay. So these are hands. These are our hands, ref. Make that yellow like all the other ones. And yeah, let's draw some stuff. Bully says shells, yes. That's not a bad idea. Like they could have shells. Could be shells here. These could be shells. Let me turn up the opacity on this for a second. These could be shells. Could have little shells here too. Not seashells though, because there's no sea, unless they're like fossilized. Animal, maybe like wing casings from little bugs. That might be the thing. Little bugs. I don't know. Not sure. Bones also definitely. These could just easily be tiny bones. Tiny femurs. Where do you get your tiny femurs? Just like hanging off the bottom of the thing with the quadrants. I'm doing a terrible job of that, but that's that thing. Okay. This is our rough. So let's do a cleaner version of this. Well, let's get rid of that. I do have this beautiful... I looked up what does an Assyrian temple look like, and I got some results. And what are those results? Where are they? Temple at Hatra in Iran, and it's that. So I'm going to use that as the as my background, more or less. And I'm going to have the, as I noted up here, as you can see, let's make a new layer. This is going to be, let's just say this is a, let's do this. Nothing has been approved by the client yet, but let's proceed as if this were, do I dare proceed as if this is the final? As you can see, I've done the sun here. 60 is probably 245. 45 brush. What brush is this? This is, let's not do the bleed. I haven't done any finals for this job, so but let's try Rusty Nib 4. How's that? That might be the way. That might be the way. Okay. Okay. Rusty Nib 4. And right now it's 40. We'll see how that works out. Okay. So now if we're using our, should we go straight to the fun part? Which is our watch your DM. Hello, go boldly. Yes, I will. Human skull. Would a mask be too much? I think yes, a mask would be too much. Ask Bully. Low might allow for magical casting. Not sure what that means. So this is, let's make it blue. Because normally, traditionally, my final layer is blue. Let's auto contrast that. No, let's auto contrast this. That didn't help at all. Let's contrast something like that. I mean, do like the dark feathers. It's not a bald eagle though. Like the Hawkman is not a bald eagle. So I have some other eagles I dropped in here. That's a bald eagle. That's some kind of a falcon. I don't think I need that. And that's also from Sketchfab. We're just figuring out what. Oh, I see why it's not deleting. Just to get different beaks. But I think the hawk beak or the eagle beak is fine. Let me see what other interesting birds. Where are all my birds? I downloaded a... Oh, there they are. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. Timer goes off. Here's a martial eagle. There's another martial eagle. I like this guy. Here we go. This is the Lanner Falcon. I like the pattern on the Lanner Falcon, and that's going to make his head a little bit more interesting, I think. So let's use the structure of the bald eagle, and we'll put try to put some interesting pattern from the Lanner Falcon on that guy. Dun, dun, dun. And let me review quickly this guy again, so I make sure I'm not missing anything. The beak is quite big compared to a, beak to head ratio. Is different. Nothing else strikes me as particularly important. Okay, so let us draw. Let us draw. I can close that. Where is it? Where is it? What happened to my dude? So I put it on a different layer? Nope. Did I lose my... Oh, no. There he is. Okay, sweet. Okay. We're going to make this... how do I want to do this? Let's zoom in a little bit. Move it over there. Let's move this guy up here. And you know what? I want to flop him a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean the normal amount. Yeah, I think that might be. That's fine. All right, Rusty Nib. So we can be a bit sketchy. So we got the eyes here. That's all fine. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do a center line. Nope. And then we can see that. Dun, 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 dun. I like the idea of doing like they've got that tap it. What is it called? Tap it lucidum or whatever it is. The inner eye, which you could see on the video I showed a bit earlier. But it would be cool to have like kind of blank eyes because he's in the middle of blinking with his Tapa de Lucy. You know what I want to do? Actually, that's fine. That's fine. Dun, 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 dun. And then we get the pecker part. Dun, 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 dun. We might make that a bit wider to accommodate the Hawkfolk aesthetic. More Hawkfolk and less real bald eagle aesthetic. Dun, 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 dun. I love this song. From I think this is third season. Second or third season. And as we mentioned, the sun is coming from this direction, so we'll make some adjustments when that comes up. And then it looks like he's smiling, but he's not, because eagles don't smile. But we've got the eagle lips going on here. Not the eclipse, the eagle lips. And then feel like I made his head too narrow. Ba, 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 da, 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 ba. Also an excellent Spider-Man song. Ba, 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 da, da. Should have chose a different color for my pen. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. Let me flop this real quick. See how I, not the image, just the layer. Transform. No, you can see how messed up that is. What I should do is I should put the center line with the actual guidelines here. Although that was also a bit distracting. Oh, come on. B for brush, damn you. No, that's not working either. Get it right in the middle. Terrible, terrible, I'm terrible at this. What I might do, here's what I'm gonna do. Call me crazy. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna copy, I'm gonna paste it, I'm gonna select it, I'm gonna flip it. And then I'm gonna put it over here. So now we know it's perfectly symmetrical. Which is kind of bad. But we'll fix it up as we do the shading. If we get to that today. I don't know if we will. So with this, what we have here, let us now look at that other hawk. I should just bring that picture right in. Where's that guy? Let's open that with Photoshop. Oh no, it's not the right kind of document. Boo. All right. Oh, it's because it's a whippy. All right, stand by, everybody. I'm gonna fix this now. I'm gonna save as copy. We're gonna put that in Dark Sun. Yep. Where are you? There you are. Let's delete the old one. Let's bring this guy in here. Here he is. Look at that happy little fellow. Never been more happy. So, let's get rid of these distracting guidelines. Something's probably happening in the chat, and I'm off the chat. What's happening in the chat? I feel like hawk has a more blunted beak. That's, yeah, desert hawk. Ooh. Spell effects coming from the claw hands. Maybe. Oh, interesting. Let me look at this. This it's gone now. God damn it. But does he have claws? He does have talons on the tips of his fingers. Okay, that's fine. All right. While we're thinking about that, let me go back to the hands. Let's bring them up. Let's bring them up. And I don't need to make them exactly symmetrical. That might be a little bit weird, but we can make sure that the correct height. So now somebody messaged me. Is it work related? Not important. All right. 3. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that for a second. 3. Probably would have some kind of, I don't know, wristbands or something. But again, they might be coming more like from that angle. But that's fine for now. And 2, 3, let's get those things on there. And over here. We can maybe mirror the other side a little bit more. But not totally. Ba-da-da. Small feathers. I guess maybe they would have like the they have the you know how the scales, they have, birds have scales because they're dinosaurs. So maybe that's something that we do with these. Might make them a bit more interesting. And sun is coming the other way now. So maybe the hands, these are bones, right? Or something. Let's do them as if they are. We're not going to worry too much about that. I guess this is going to be a rough. All right, so here's the pattern that we are liking on this particular bird. Maybe we give him the eyes. I guess we give him the eyes. Hopefully that's not too intense because he's supposed to be praying. Let's just fill all this in black. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer? What did I do? Where did I, what did I draw? What, where, why, where, why, what? Oh, there it is. Right, right. I remember now. Because I copied and flopped. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Where's our good friend? Falcon. Lannery Falcon. Somebody, so there's new people. Chubby Funster, welcome. And XUPIS Coviolento. Supis Coviolento. Love to see other artists process. Thanks, bro. No, thank you for showing up. Where were we? So, and that goes right all the way down to there, which is, I think it's pretty cool. And then he has all these cool, like, black feather tips, which, yes, I like it. And then the back, it looks very makeup-y, which is cool. I think that's a winner. I feel good about that. Maybe I do make the. No, let's keep it the way it is. All right. I was going to change the beak, but maybe just a little bit shorter. Just a tiny bit shorter. And so the sun will be coming from this direction. So is there anything we need to do about that now? Probably not. There's always the question of like, do I do the shading with a bunch of little lines so it's all black and white, or do I take my favorite shading brush, sample brush, and then do another layer of tone? Like that's just an aesthetical choice, right? But we're not gonna worry about that right now. Let me get back to my brush, my regular brush, Rusty Nib 4. All right, so I think it's. Oh, we need some claws on this one, and brush size was 40. Right. Ba 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 ba. I'm not gonna do this. The design is gonna be time consuming, so I won't do that. But I can do like little leathery strips with, as we discussed, some bones or something. Tiny bird skull, that would be creepy. Maybe a tiny rat skull instead. I don't know what a rat skull looks like. but I could look it up on the internet. So that's fine. I do like the like, you know, because the beetle shells will often be very what do you call that, iridescent, which we can't really show in a black and white drawing, but I like the idea. So we'll just even though the wing casings wouldn't be joined together that way, well, I guess they could be. They could be. And maybe 3 on each side so we don't interfere with... Three on each side should be fine. And then let's put some clothing on. I think this is coming along. I don't think we need to get super complicated. Let me bring back our good friend, the American bald eagle, of which there are many more in Canada than there are in America. It's something I read somewhere. Look at how he's glowering. That glower is power. That's the power glower right there. Yes, let's put some clothes on him, and that clothing will start here and come down. Where's my bottom of my composition? Here. And the same on this side. Maybe we put something up there. Not feathers, but maybe spikes. Porcupine spines or something. Come on. No. Sometimes my pen doesn't like to. Like if we put some kind of shoulder pad, we can infer a lot because we don't need to show it. But some kind of shoulder pad. This will all be dark. Some nice dark shadows coming down from that. And then I guess this would be feathers underneath here. And I guess this would be feathers here too, which I like the really dark feathers of the bald eagle. It's very pleasing, aesthetically pleasing, I think. And then that will contrast. If we make the medallion necklace just basically white, then Bob's your uncle. It'll pop. I'm just messing with things here. All right, but there would be, yes, something like that. Something like that. What was I doing with this part? Porcupine spines. That's right. Let's get rid of our old layer. I'm just going to put... Let's just put 4 triangles there. That's not correct. Here, let me do this properly. Grab there it is. Let's just grab this whole thing. Copy, paste. I'm going to shrink it down. Shrinking it down. Something like that. So that's going to be there. Right? Art commission. With like some other lines in the middle. Not sure how that works, but we'll put these where the things come through on this side, and the thing comes through on that side. That's all fine. This is Battle of the Planets. Get rid of that center line now. Not necessary, but I do want to highlight those eyeballs a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe the guy will say, can he close his eyes? And if he does, that's fine. Nice harsh line down here. And again, we'll figure out the... So maybe this is... I don't know. This is just leather. Some kind of leather dealio there. And then this is just some kind of fabric or something. We don't know. I don't even know. Here, let's make it some vague some vague structure. All right, it's almost time for me to get back to work for my lunch hour here. But we can definitely put some spiny porcupine spines or something. Who knows what they're from? Not important. And I think that's it for today, right? I did. Let me save my work. Oh, I didn't even save it as a proper file name. What a dummy. And that's fine. Save. Oh, okay. All right. Let me save as then. Where are we here? No. Dungeons and Dragons. The Dark Sun. There we are. SHADOWSUN. And this is going to be Hawk Dude. Okay. And yeah. And then the temple will go behind him. Is there too much temple and not enough shaman? Like if I brought the shaman up here, maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. That's pretty cool. I think it's cool. And then, I mean, obviously we won't see this part of the temple, which is fine. Which is fine. So, that being said, tiny bit more work here. This. And then we can see whatever that is. We still haven't decided. It's some nondescript something or other. That's all fine and good and dandy. All right. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. There won't be another one this weekend. I like to do them on Sundays, but this Sunday is my birthday. And so I will be busy playing games in a hallway that I rented. What will I be playing? I'll be playing Harn Master. And I'll be playing some Magic the Gathering. And possibly some... what is it? What is it called? Molassacre. Here it is. Molassacre. Can you see that? Let me see if you can see that on the Molassacre. The card game based on the 1919 Boston Molasses Flood, which my band, The Darkest of the Hillside Thickets, wrote a song about. And that's why I have 5 copies of the card game, which we will be taking to CamCon in Kamloops in September. Come and join us, watch the band play, and play some games with me. All right. We're done. For now. Saving it. Let me check the chat quickly. Adam says, ooh, I think I almost missed it. You almost did. You almost did. Chubby Foster says, I love the idea of a tiny bird skull. That would be funny. That'd be like a little dark for a bird. It'd be like wearing a, I don't know, like a baby skull or I don't know. I don't know what it would be like. Whoop whoop, happy birthday. Thank you, Adam. And thank you, Bully. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Nothing more to add at this time. We will send this along to the client and see what he's got to say. And I will see you next time. Yes, Watcher DM. I'll see you at my birthday party.